Welcome to RV Travel Adventures. My name is Jesus Manuel Menegarza. I hope you're doing absolutely fantastic wherever you are. I've been enduring 100+ degree weather here in Fort Worth, Texas for the last couple of weeks. We did have one very, very strange day in which we had temperatures in the low 70s, high 60s. It's just like it came during the morning and then left in the evening. By the evening it was in the high 90s, and today again we're back in the hundreds. So weird weather, Texas, not unusual. So I wanted to talk about my plans for camping in the next couple of weeks. I did plan to go to the coast this week and do some camping, but tropical storm Beryl put a stop to that. I was planning to go to the coast, Port Aransas, Matagorda Bay, but right now they're being inundated by water, and it's not good. If you're camping on the beach or in one of those coastal communities, it's not good. It's not good at all. So I'm pretty happy that a couple of days ago I said, hey, I'm not going to go. I'm not going to go. I saw this storm coming. I go, there is a chance that if I'm camping there and the water hits me, 6 feet of 3 feet of water, it's not going to have a positive outcome. Just saying. So what's the difference between the Texas coast and the California coast I grew up with? The Texas coast, the water is not very deep along the coast in most places. Then eventually it creeps up, and you can go a mile inland, a couple miles inland, and it's not very, and the elevation has increased. As compared to California, the water is very deep and very cold. Then it goes up like this, and then you got a mountain or a hill, and then, water, if it goes up there, it has to go over these mountains to get to most places in the state of California. There are locations that are, coastal communities that are low-lying, but typically, that's not an issue. If there's a tsunami, gigantic waves, all bets are off. So my plans were to go camping this week. Again, derailed because of a tropical storm, Hurricane Beryl. Not good. Not good. So I'm at home in Fort Worth, Texas, just doing a lot of work. I was planning also to buy a laptop computer this week, a new laptop computer, do some editing for my YouTube videos, but I'm going to wait another couple weeks. I'm going to wait for the new Ryzen AI 300 series of laptops to come out, primarily from the folks at Asus, and we'll see how that works out. We'll see how that works out. I'm going to get something. Previously I had a MacBook M1 16-inch, MacBook Pro 16. That thing weighed a ton. I would put in my backpack, go to San Francisco, go to Northern California, go traveling on the coast, Houston, stuff like that. And it was heavy. It was darn heavy. But I'm considering getting a lightweight PC laptop, again, primarily from the folks at Asus at this time, and maybe a 360. That means that, instead of just, looking at the monitor like this, it actually will flip around and you can use it as a tablet horizontally or vertically. So that's an option. And maybe get something smaller, 14-inch. But then again, they have a 16-inch, which will take my SD cards for my cameras, my Lumix and my Nikon, full-size SD cards, and it'll fit right in there. Bam! And that would be nice. And I can just, not have to deal with dongles and stuff. But then a 14-inch is very compact, very easy to tote, lightweight, doesn't take up much space, and hopefully, this computer lasts longer than my MacBook M1. My MacBook M1 only lasted 14 months before it died, okay? It just completely fell apart. This one hopefully will last 2-3 years. My last PC laptop, my HP, lasted about 8 years. Perfectly fine. Computer. My MacBook my MacBook Pro on the other hand, was a piece of garbage. Okay? Just saying, just my example, my experience, piece of garbage. For a lot of other people, it's fabulous. So no camping this week, but In the upcoming weeks, I'm thinking about going not too far from my house, maybe 200 miles, do some camping. I haven't decided what state park to go to. Maybe I'll go again, try to go to Matagorda Bay, Port O'Connor along the coast. We'll see. My wife is also planning to go to, in about next month, she's planning to go to visit her friends in their palatial estate with saltwater pool in San Rafael. Beautiful home overlooking the, San Rafael. Beautiful, beautiful home. Abuts to some trails that go into the mountains. Very, very nice. So she's going to be staying with some of her friends down there who live there, and also in Tiburon. Tiburon's a nice little community. I'd recommend a nice visit if you have a chance. So she's going to be staying with them, hanging out poolside, having a couple cocktails, maybe doing some shopping, some trips across the Golden Gate to San Francisco, hanging out there, having coffee, doing some shopping, stuff like that. That's her. I was invited, but I said, it's all right. It's all right. You go with your friends, hang out with these 70 and 80-year-old gals. I saw them last time, playing in the pool, topless, and that was enough for me. That was enough excitement for me. This time around, you enjoy it. I'm not going. Just saying, So that's the plan for my wife. In September, my wife and I are going to Mexico City. My wife's going to lecture at the university down there, and I'm going to be going with her, hanging out with her. Usually she just goes on her trips to New York, Chicago, San Francisco, LA, wherever she goes. She's gone to Europe twice by herself with other academics to do her presentations, to talk about her book projects, to talk about her latest book that she worked on, or she co-wrote, etc., etc. Different projects that she goes by herself to these conferences. Since I'm the retired old dude that's in a relationship, I just stick around home and I just mow the lawn and make sure everything's copacetic at the old house. So that's our plans. We did plan to go to the coast. It doesn't look like it's going to happen. It's definitely not going to happen because I'm not going to go down there and get flooded and blown away by tornadic action. Just saying. And floods. Just saying. And we're also had planned, we're going to do some other kind of camping trips, and who knows what we're going to do. And my wife's going to, where's she going? She's going to the San Francisco Bay Area, hang out there for a while. And then we're going to Mexico City, hang out there for a while. In the interim, somewhere along that continuum, we're going to be going to San Antonio, my favorite town in Texas. San Antonio, Texas, especially for a Chicano. South Texas is the epicenter for a lot of Chicanos who are proud of their culture, their Tejano culture. My parents are from South Texas, and they instilled in me a pride in Tejano culture. Back in the 50s and 60s in Silicon Valley, all the radio stations played Tejano music until all the Tejano people pretty much passed away. And then it now has the music of the recent arrivals. And but back in the day, in the 50s and 60s, Tejano music was everywhere in Silicon Valley. A lot of folks that migrated from Texas. Yes, there was a migration from Texas and Oklahoma. My neighbors were from Oklahoma, these big old white boys with their overalls and fishing and hung out with the Keeleys. They were gigantic. I go, man, you guys are big. The sons were big, the daughters were big. Everybody was bigger than that. Pops was big. I would go over there, hang out with them, go fishing with them. Nice, fun people. And a lot of African Americans, double A's, would come to Silicon Valley for jobs and opportunities, etc., 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 etc. You know the story. Of course, there's a reverse migration now. A lot of Texans, a lot of Californians are moving all over the United States, but there's still a growing population in California. The population still is growing. It's not dying. It's growing. So I'm looking forward to going to San Antonio, doing some dancing, staying at a hotel maybe for 3 days. I'm not going to go camping. The cost of gas, $10 a gallon. 10 miles a gallon is not cost effective. I can pay for a nice hotel in San Antonio, and go dancing with my wife, go to nice restaurants, have a good time, etc., etc. Maybe even make a side trip to Bernie or Elotes or those other communities nearby. We're also planning in about a year and a half. We've been coalescing stuff that doesn't fit me no longer. I've been losing weight. I was originally 220 pounds, then I went down to 200 pounds, and now I'm at 168, 170 pounds. So I got a lot of clothes that are bigger. High quality clothes and shoes that no longer fit my fat feet. And my wife is doing the same. We're collecting stuff. We're going to take it to our family that live in single wides. Less affluent family members. My parents left when they left Texas to go to California. They left them behind. They still live down there. My cousins, my aunts, and uncles all passed away, but my cousins still live there and their children. We're going to be taking some clothing down there, dropping it off. Say, hey, would you like these Pendleton shirts? They're pretty good. They're mediums, but now I wear a small because I lost weight. What can I say? And would you like these cowboy boots, these Lucchese's? I bought them for $350, I think. They're still good. I resold them and I did, all that stuff. Would you like these boots? And they say, yes, thank you very much. And of course, shirts, hats, all kinds of crazy stuff. We're even thinking about when we're finally going to move. We're finally going to move. And this is when it's all going to happen. We're finally, within 6 months of moving back to California or Oregon, wherever we decide to move, we're going to get a lot of our stuff and just give it to these folks. We have a couple big screen TVs, 55 plus, high-end TVs. We're going to drop off to them. I'm pretty sure they can put in the kids' room. Hey, I'm playing video games on these fabulous, absolutely fabulous TVs. Because we're not going to drag them to California or Oregon or wherever we're going to live. We're just going to buy a new one. I like 55, but I'm thinking about getting a 70-inch. What do you think? Should I get a 70-inch? 70-inch, OLED big screen, 8K? That's the plan. 8K OLED big screen, 70, 80-inch. That should be fun for watching the NFL. Fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. So these are my plans. Hope you're doing fantastic. Again, taking all that stuff to family in South Texas ain't going to happen till probably spring of 26. So that's by the summer of 26. I hope we'll have my house sold. And we're in my RV, and my wife and I are traipsing around the United States in our RV for about 6 months. And then we're going to look at different neighborhoods. We're going to go, hey, Redding's pretty nice. My wife says, nah, it's too hot. Well, let's go to Chico. It's a nice college town. Chico State University has a, it's a nice college vibe. My wife says, that'd be nice. Let's see if we can find something there. Or we go to Medford, Grants Pass. Who knows where we're going to move? Maybe Eureka, Arcada. Arcada, my wife absolutely loves Arcada. The only problem with Arcada is it's a tiny beach town. And there's not much inventory. They either got a single wide for sale or a mansion for sale. Nothing pretty much in between. Either you're going to sell the single wide for $400,000 or the mansion, the nice mansion in town or on the hill or something in the Humboldt area. And they're going, hey, we want $1.5 million for this. And we don't want to spend that much. So, of course, Arcata has Humboldt State University, a very nice state college. Of course, Chico has Chico State University. Redding has a community college. Medford doesn't have any colleges. Down the road in Ashland, they have a little college, but not much. Okay. So, my wife and I have been having discussions over the last 5-10 years of where to move. We were thinking about San Antonio for a long time and said, I love Tejano culture. I'm very proud of my Tejano roots, my Tex-Mex roots, and I love the music, I love the dancing, I love the town, and we have friends down there. But what is the reason I won't move down there, further south in Texas? Because it's too damn hot. It's too damn hot. But California, at least, if it's hot in Redding or Chico or wherever we are in California, we can always go up the mountains. Boop, 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 boop. And it changes from 90 degrees and all of a sudden it's 70 degrees, after driving for an hour. Or we can go to the beach in San Jose if we're visiting family in San Jose. If it's 90 degrees, we go to the beach, it's 60 degrees. I know this from experience. That's, how climate works. You go up in elevation, it cools down. In Texas, you go 100 miles that way, 200 miles that way, 500 miles that way, 1,000 miles that way. It's still going to be hot. It's still going to be flat. It's still going to be impossible to exist in, okay, to me. You may love it. If you have a lot of family, you have a church group, you belong to a lot of organizations, your kids playing football, your daughters are playing, tennis, or, whatever sport they are, volleyball. It's a fabulous, fabulous place to live, but I do not have any kids here. My kids are all in California. My 2 daughters, my 4 grandchildren, my 2 great-grandchildren are all in the Bay Area. So, they're all down there. That's where all my familia is, my brothers, my sisters that are still vertical. They're all down there, okay? Hope you're doing fantastic. This is Jesus Garza giving you a little bit of report of what I'm up to. Hope you enjoyed this, just to give you some context to what I'm up to. I plan to do some other RV reviews eventually, but it's too damn hot right now. It's about 100. And when you go in those RVs and they don't have the air conditioning on, it's even hotter. It's like 125, 150 degrees inside, and I'm actually going, woo-wee. And lately, as I'm getting older, the heat does affect me more. It does affect me more. You look across the street, I live across from a lake. And if it's a 95, 100, 105, 110 degrees, nobody's there. They're all inside the house with air conditioning cranked up, watching Days of Our Lives and cooling off, drinking a cerveza or an iced tea. They're not outside. Look outside, there's nobody here. But in California, at least, or in Chico, at least, Medford, at least, I can go somewhere. I can drive my little car, go up in the mountains, cool off, and do some hikes, do some fishing. Bam! Bam! For the last 5, 10, 20 years of my existence on this planet. That's the plan. That's the plan. Dare to dream. Thanks for checking out my video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. One of my new things I'm planning to do is replace my Nikon D800 when I move to California and get something like a Lumix S5 Mark II X, or the latest iteration, in about 2 years. Something nice, a new mirrorless camera, so I can take pictures of the landscapes, pam, and when we do some traveling. Yes, my wife is doing an incredible job managing our money, and we do have some money in the bank. Thankfully, we're very lucky. We're not like my nephews and nieces have millions and millions and millions in investments, properties, and stuff like that. Not like my daughters even are doing 10 times better than me, but we're doing okay. We're doing okay, and we should be able to take some trips. Modest trips, fun trips. And again, I told my wife, if you want to go with your friends to Europe, to Asia, to Antarctica for all I care, North Pole, you can go with them and have some fun. It's, you deserve it, because you've been a super, super amazing, fantastic wife. So that's to my wife, Dr. Anne-Marie Leimer. Hope you're doing fantastic wherever you're at. This has been Jesus Manuel Mena Garza. Again, gracias. Oops, I forgot to say something. Don't forget to ring the bell for future notifications. And please leave your kind and friendly comments below. I almost forgot that important stuff. Gracias. Let me get back to that again. Adios. Bye-bye.